Hello everyone and welcome to another Lost Sector. Today we are located on the new planet Neomua, and if you go down to the limiting harbor, you have to complete the campaign and do a few things to unlock this waypoint here. So if you haven't done that yet, just go to the Strider's Gate, head south, and then you should be able to see it right here. Also, there have been a few comments where they said they completed the normal lost sectors and still weren't able to see it. Apparently, I did a little bit of testing. You have to be 1750 to even be able to see this banner here. So if you're below that and you've completed a normal lost sector, that is probably why. Alright, so let's go ahead and we have barriers, overload, threat is void, shields are arc and void. And it is today arms. So let's go ahead and launch right now, and I'll go over the build I'm doing. And just for your convenience as well, if you want to see do a complete copy and paste of my loadout, look in the description down below, and I have a dim link or Destiny item manager for those who are new. All you have to do is open up that link, and then it should be, if you're a warlock, just copy and paste that into your build, and it should pull all the mods and the aspects and fragments for you. Alright, so let's go over what I'm running. So for a little bit of I'm going to do a little bit of a different one because Strand is just pretty much easy mode for champions. It doesn't matter if it's unstoppable, barrier, or overload. If you have the right cooldowns, you can just stun lock them for days. So I wanted to do a little bit different just for those who will prefer not using Strand, something else. So comment down below which subclass you want to see next, like stasis, arc, solar, all that fun stuff. Alright. Using Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Pocket Singularity, that's the only melee that Void has, Vortex Grenades. My aspects are Feed the Void, Child of the Old Gods. This is very useful for long range engagements, so you'll be seeing me using this a lot. For fragments, I have Echo of Expulsion, Echo of Instability, Echo Obscurity, and Echo of Remnants for that. For my anti-barrier, I'm using this pulse. This is from the Crucible, so you can easily pick this up, and as you can see, it's not the best roll, but I don't really care. I just need something to pop the barriers. Overload is going to be my funnel web, substances with frenzy, and then something very unique, the exotic is a two-tailed fox. My exotic headpiece, is the Nezarec Sins. Void kills increase ability regen. So since we're talking about armor, let's go over the mods. So, important thing is access to assets. So when you get grenade energy kills, you get super energy. I've double stacked it with a void. Rapid final blows creates orbs of power. Arms is Fonta Focus, Focusing Strike, and Impact Induction right there. Let's see, Concussive, because we're going against Vex and they like to do a lot of AoE damage, so that's just going to protect us from that. Charged up. For the legs, we are using Stacks on Stacks, Innervation another time. Last item is going to be the Utility Kickstart, and then 2 Bomber, and then Distribution. When we're surrounded by enemies, we get our class ability a little bit better. So this one is a fun one in my opinion. This one, the newer ones for the DLC. It's very close quarter, so for those who are not ready for that, be aware. Law Vex, and they will like to want to crowd you, so you need to be very careful on that. So now we have our barrier here, so let's wait for it to pop up. Actually, we'll let that cycle go through because we want to get these red bars out of the way first. So let's go ahead and pop your shield, please. You gonna pop? I need to reload. Okay. So as you can see, just take your time pretty much with these type of things. A lot of people have been saying, I seen in the comments, where it's like I run inside and I'm just getting one-shotted. Well, lost sectors, you just need to take your time. Sure, there's a timer on the left side, right side of the screen, but at the same time, you need to just take your time. Okay, now we're stunned. Two-tailed fox. He's gonna probably pop a shield. And always, you know, strafe and run, because the sniper is, even though he is stunned, he will still try to snipe you while we're trying to stun him. So let me get some grenade back. That should kill him, and there goes flawless. But it's okay. We've seen in the last videos that you don't need flawless. As long as you kill all the champions in some way or another, you still get platinum, which is what you need to get exotic chances. Alright, let's go ahead and Nova Bomb this. Get that guy out of the way. And maybe some friendlies here. Not friendlies, but some of his friends. So as you can see there, you know, see that AoE blast right there? If we didn't have concussive dampeners, we would probably been one-shotted again. So we're able to tank those shots. You don't want to take all of them, but that is very helpful. And it's fine. Again, timers not to. We're wanting to take our time with this. We're not trying to push fast. There we go. Let's reload our two-tailed. Okay, two-tailed is good to go. Let's execute you. Now, when we execute, we get a little bit of invisibility. That's one of our fragments. So if you're in a bind or something, and you're near an enemy, you can go ahead and execute real quick. That way you can run out. So let's say I'm being shot at. I'm going to execute real quick. See how I'm getting shot. Now I can move out of the way. See how he's shooting over there. Thinking I'm over there. Now I can just do Child of the Yellow Gods. Bap. Come on. Child. There you go. Now I can run. And see how the tick damage even though I'm there. And this is giving me a healing ability as well. So if you're behind, just use tap someone with your Child of the Yellow Gods, and you'll be good to go. We gotta overload. So remember, he likes to teleport like that. So you need to be very careful about that. Alright, let's reload a two-tailed. He's going to try to go against us again. There we go. Let's Nova Bomb him. Alright, so now it should be good to execute. So, alright, and for those who are new with champions, if you notice, there's a white, as I like to call them, wings. White wings. So there's a certain delay where you can't stun champions over and over again. Unless you have Strand, and then you can, in Stasis, you can sort of bypass that. But typically, when you're using a weapon, when you stun him, there's going to be like some white wings that appear around him. Oh, next time we go against a champion, I'll show you. See if we can find that for you. So this well, barrier champions don't have that. So this barrier champion is not going to be, mainly overloads and unstoppables are good examples of this. So we'll see if we get overload at some point. But yeah, I'm being low at half health. So what I'm going to do is Child of the Yellow Gods, have that. And now my health is going to be regening, but also if any enemies decide to push me, like as you can see there, they're going to get damage ticks. So there's a guy walking into my little trap there. There we go. Okay, so that's a Minotaur. Easy execute. Bam. Nice. Okay, so there's that barrier champ. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some. We have some heavy. Also be aware of how much heavy is on the ground, because then that should tell you if you need to just like use rockets a lot, or you need to pause a little bit. Yeah, this guy's executable, but I want to stun lock him. Oh. Otherwise he's going to regen his health. There you go. Because sometimes, sure, you know, I could have run up and killed it, but again, this is a legendary lost sector. You need to be very careful, because sometimes if you think you're safe, you're typically not at some point or another. So you always want to be err on the caution side of things. So I'll just child that. That way I can work on this. Yeah. Cool. Bam. So as you can see there, you know, I was dealing with that, but also I was getting healed because I was getting shot. Child is very nice to have for that type of situation, where you can like be focusing on one enemy, but then, you know, you can be zoning a particular area. We have our super, so that's a good sign. I think there's going to, as you can see on the radar in the upper left corner, always be looking at your radar. It's very helpful for you. Sometimes they have chaff, which is the visibility of your radar, but radar is always helpful, especially in PvE content. It gives you to show where the enemies are. Okay, so you notice this guy here, this overload champion. See how he has a little bit of white aura around him? It's like a white threads around him. Let's see if he teleports around the corner. Nope. Okay. So see the white threads right now? See the threads around his chest area? He can't be hit. So as I was unloading on him, see right there? He was not able to get stunned. So there's like a little bit of a time difference where you can attack him. See that white right there? Now it's disappeared, now we can stun him again. So if you're wondering why you're not able to stun him, keep an eye on the little aura around him. That, again, as I said, is unstoppables and overloads are pretty easy to see with that. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm dead. That's a good example of running in without actually looking at the radar. In my brain, I was clear. Everything was clear. I had cleared the room and I paid for it. So that's a good example of not doing that. So, but again, we're clearing the champions out, so should have platinum at the end of the day. But if not, this is a good example of what not to do. Can't be flawless every time. And, you know, it just means that we'll have to do another run that's a little bit better. So we're going to be teleported into the next room. Alright, boom. Alright, this one is not going to be fun. I like to go on the right side here. Just because the floors don't disappear as much. And there's a little bit more cover they can use here. Because the idea is you need to break this box here. Yeah, I'm going to just super this guy, just to clear him out. I know I could have used that later, but I want to be careful. This one is going to be annoying. The reason is there's going to be flying harpies at one of the phases, and so we'll need to be aware of that. We'll have to get this barrier champ down. So move straight. There we go. Alright, let's two-tailed bugs in. Get ready for barrier pop. Oh, I need to reload. Always reload your champion weapons if you can, because you don't want to be caught when they're out of the stun animation and you're caught trying to pop barrier and then they regen their health. Barriers are notorious for that. Alright, and down. Cool. Now, we need to find the other square piece, which is right there. We could probably... There we go, cool. Now we need to take that guy out. Nice. Now, this guy is the main baddie of this lost sector, and they're the harpies. Right there, right on here. Okay, they're not arc shields, so that's good. So as you can see there, I'm getting health back. That guy just walked into my trap there, which is great. Now, let's do the jump shot. Did I even hit him? Okay, nope. That's one disadvantage about having rockets, is that you have to especially wait for this. And if I had my strand super, it could bypass. Not bypass, but has a little easier time to do. Let's get that guy out of the way so we don't die by mistake by his shots. Yeah, that's good. We're out of rockets, but We have our child doing a little jump shot action here. We have our super. We'll wait for a cycle. Shoot it now. Reason being is that, there we go. You have to sort of time that shield rotation. Okay, we have no set of harpies. Oh, missed that. Okay, sometimes you can hit your grenade and then it floats in the air. But this one we can't. There we go. Now we're going to get health back. Get that going. Oh, there's another set here. But with this build, as you see, we're taking quite a few shots, but we're doing okay. Sometimes, as you saw there, I had to move. Just had to play smart. There's a little bit of a longer lost sector because we were just trying to be a little bit conservative. Okay, so no revives left, so if we die, that's it. But again, we're just going to take our time. Yeah. I'm not sure if zero time gives us plat, but at least you got a general idea of what you can do, and then you can fine tune your run if need be. Alright, grenade is up. Let's do that. There you go. Cool. And a boss is complete. Let's see if we get platinum. Oh, gotta be careful. And we got platinum. Look at that. Even that zero time and we died a few times shows you that you still can do it. There we go. Solo legend, even though we died. Not flawless, but who cares? We got it complete. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, comment down below. Catch you later.